What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today I just kind of wanted to chat about a couple things, talk about what I've been up to, and kind of what I'm going to be doing. About a year ago, I stopped learning Japanese intensively, and pretty much for the last year I've not done anything overly intensively. It's just been here and there. In October I started Chinese, and um, I don't know if I ever studied it intensively, but I did go through the entire beginner Yo-Yo Chinese Mandarin course, and I'm a little bit through the intermediate course. So I mean, it's going well, and I'm putting time into it, but not quite the intensive level that I was doing when I was going through Japanese. And of course, over the past month or 2 months, I've been reading in Spanish, and that's been perfectly fine. But I've been doing this thing where it's kind of up and down, and you're using one, and then you're using another, and kind of where you at. It's not really making any progress, just for me, to a level where I'm happy with the progress. And so I've just thought about it, and I thought, now is the time to go back into an intensive learning kind of routine, kind of drop everything, really fully concentrate on one language. And that's what I want to do. Over the last little bit, I've tried to figure, which language is that? Because I do love, so many different languages and stuff. And I've even dabbled, in Korean for the past couple of weeks, and it's been great. But I'm not doing Korean. And then I thought I could do Japanese, but I don't have the love of Japanese that I used to. Like, I still love it, but like, even watching shows and stuff like that, I've just kind of felt a little bleh with it. And actually, I just watched, part of what motivated me to make this video was I watched Hypothetical Tiger on YouTube and on Twitter. He made a video talking about how he had went through a phase in Japanese where he just didn't care. And he had kind of talked about how, it doesn't matter, it's, if you don't care, who cares? Like, it doesn't make anybody less. He talked about how there's this thing where it's like, oh, well, you just quit because it's hard and this, that, and the other. And it's not that something's hard or not. I mean, just sometimes you kind of just stop caring about stuff, right? It's just the way that it is. I know a ton of people that I grew up with watching pro wrestling who just don't watch it anymore because they don't love it. Or sports, they don't love it. They don't play games anymore. They don't love it. It's just, you fall out of love with stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not saying that I'll never try to study Japanese again. It's just, when I thought about this and getting into something intensive, just the thought of doing Japanese brought dread to me. And I thought, well, then that's clearly not it. And then obviously I was like, well, I'm not going to do a new language, because that's like just the giant joke on this channel at this point, is I've dabbled in every language known to man. I don't speak anything. Granted, I don't know anybody anything. I can do what makes me happy. But I've been thinking about it, and I was like, well, it has to be Spanish or Chinese. And I feel like I'm at the point where, not exactly, but like, if you'll remember when Lamont from Days of French and Swedish made the video talking about where he was quitting French and concentrating on Swedish, and he was just at a level where he really needed to concentrate on one. My Spanish has gotten to a point to where I'm pretty okay. Now, obviously, my listening comprehension is not great. I could definitely work on that. And I guess the argument is, well, if you can't hear it very well, then you're not good at it. But I'm not trying to be good. I'm not trying to be Michael Jordan out here of language learning. Like, I'm just having fun, right? And I can still read Spanish for the most part fine. Obviously, depending the context, I read sports articles and things like that, and I'm fine, and that's the stuff that interests me within Spanish. So I was like, whatever. If I'm watching shows with subtitles on, I'm generally pretty good. Again, hearing it is kind of an issue, and I could spend the next few months really hammering home Spanish, but it's just not quite what I want to do right now. It definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. But, right now my goal, I think, is to just concentrate on Mandarin Chinese, just fully dedicate to Mandarin Chinese. I've studied it for a little bit, getting through those courses and things like that. And I really want to get into it and go full-fledged into Mandarin, because I've made a lot of progress. I can speak Mandarin, not great, but again, I can order food at restaurants and things like that, and that's super cool. But that in itself has motivated me to continue learning at a higher level. And so that's what I'm going to be doing for the next undisclosed amount of time. I'm not sure. My plan, it is really hot here, by the way. I don't know if I look sweaty or not. And plus, like, it's late, and it's like when I woke up, it was like already 80 this morning. Like, it's just been really hot here. But anyway, and that's what I want to do. I want to do Mandarin Chinese, and I want to do it the way that I was doing Japanese, where I would learn. What I mean is YouTube wise, and just talk about it and stuff like that. I'm gonna definitely try to be much more efficient with Mandarin than I was with Japanese, because with Japanese I was just an absolute joke of a learner. Like, I would try something for a little bit. You remember, I would make a video like, oh, I'm sentence mining, and then like by the time I'd make the next video, like, well, I stopped, I made 6 cards, stuff like that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be a lot more effective this time. I would say I've already been more effective, even in the light study that I've done, because I already know more Chinese than I do Japanese. So that's a testament to anything. But anyway, I want to concentrate on language learning and not fear talking about anything or anything like that, of like, oh man, I got to do this. Like, obviously I'm going to be taking kind of a refold methodology, but I'm not going to follow it to a T. I am going to follow it pretty diehard, but you know what? If I feel like doing a lingo deer lesson or something like that, then I'm going to do it. I am going to order the HSK textbooks just to go through, just for some grammar, stuff. But then obviously it's going to be a lot of immersion and stuff like that. I've got some apps, but I don't really want to talk about anything. I don't mean apps like Duolingo. I mean apps like Do Chinese for reading and stuff like that. But I don't want to talk about too much, because I'm just going to get into this starting June the 18th is today. I think today's the 17th, so it'll be June the 18th when I start. And so I'm just going to get into it, man. Just get into it and just get back into intensive study of a language. It's been over a year since I've just fully went into something. I've had a week or so here or there where I've studied, Spanish for 40 hours or this, that, and the other, and it's been great. But I've not done anything super intensive. So I want to go to Mandarin Chinese. I want to work on getting better in that. Number one goal is being able to understand stuff. So that way, if I go and order food and somebody starts talking even more, I can be like, well, I understand you. I might not be able to answer, but I can understand more of what you're saying. I want to have more of that connection with people. That's brought me so much joy. So that's what we're going to work towards. I'm going to be watching, Netflix and stuff like that all the time, and trying to find content, trying to find some good YouTubers. I love watching content on YouTube. So that's going to be fun as well. But Mandarin Chinese is going to be where it is at. I'm hoping I can get into it. I was going to start a little bit last week, but I ended up catching COVID here at home. I've been all over the place over the last year, like all over the United States to Mexico, meeting people from all over the world. And I get it here at home watching my son. So I'm getting over that and doing okay there. But I don't feel as foggy brained or COVID brained or whatever people, whatever terminology you want to use, as I have over the last week. And I feel like I can really just, kind of grit my teeth and go at it. So it's been a year. I know I've said that like 15 times now, but it's been a year since I've done any kind of intensive study. And I've spent right before I got COVID, I actually went through and I refold from stage 0 to stage 2, up to the point where you're outputting. And I've kind of got a base for what I need to do in Mandarin to get to that level. And fortunately, with my Mandarin level, I don't have to start at the beginning. I've learned a lot from Yo-Yo Chinese, so I can start right away with native media and be able to pick things up because of the base that I've got set. So I think setting that base is really good. and I didn't put any stress on myself learning it. I just did it over the course of a little bit of time. Now it's time to pick up the pace and carry on with Mandarin Chinese. I had a comment about, are you going to achieve B1 in a language, and that's it's still probably pretty far away, but I know that the question also came from, hey, you used to do this in intensive and then you just kind of dipped. So we'll see what it is. So I did make a video about why I failed Japanese, just talking about how I basically did nothing for a year. Like, I would start and then I would not. And then basically all I did was watch TV for a year and didn't learn anything because what would I learn? But I didn't release it because I can release it, I guess, if you guys want, but it's a really weird video. Like, I still have it on my channel, but I don't know, maybe I'll release it. But anyway, if you want to see that, let me know. But if not, that's also fine. But we're gonna get into some intensive study. So 11:30 right now on June 17th. I'm gonna go into my bedroom, get some sleep, wake up tomorrow, and start working. Now is the time. It's gonna be good. Obviously, I've got to do some stuff from work, but I work from home, and I'll have plenty of time to do that. My son will be starting school this coming fall, which is really heartbreaking for me, but I'll have every day free outside of doing stuff that I have to do for work. So we're going to put in time, and we're going to try to make this Mandarin Chinese really, really good. So don't expect like a shocking video or anything like that anytime soon, or maybe ever. But we're going to get to Chinese to where I can understand stuff and go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for the sticking around through the weird breaks and things like that. I really needed to figure out where I was going. And honestly, I needed the year off. Go watch Hypothetical Tiger's video, because he talks about it. It's around the 26-minute mark of his video. Watch the entire video, but it really broke down and really made me feel a certain way about what I was doing and whether or not I owed something to somebody or anything like that. It was just really cool, and it really helped me solidify my decision of what I was going to do. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, thank you for sticking with me through the weird breaks and stuff, but we're going to start doing these videos talking about the way that I did with Japanese, man. I'm going to go back into it, and hopefully this time we'll be successful. I don't know. Stick around and find out. Stick around, make fun of me if I don't make it, because that seems to be the motto of the channel right now. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video.